finding a nice comfy position, allowing yourself to loosen up your shoulders and your neck, taking lovely deep full breaths just to begin with, allowing the body to soften. And as you start to relax into your space and into your body, you can close your eyes. Relax your face, your jaw, your lips, your teeth, your tongue. Start to tune in to that breath. Notice that breath as it moves through your body, rising and falling. Breathing out the week that has just passed and welcoming in the new day. Allowing softness in through the jaw area and between the eyes and the eyebrow space. Allow the gentleness of the breath to really take you into that state of rest and digest. The parasympathetic nervous system kicking in, melting away the stress. Tuning into the thoughts and just watching them drift by. And tuning into your intention for your practice this morning. Repeating that intention a few times. And drawing your hands together in front of your heart space. Connecting into your heartbeat. And let's chant Om together. Allow the Om to vibrate through your body, taking a deep breath in. Rubbing your hands together and palming your eyes, gazing into that dark space. You can also, of course, put your hands across your heart and feel into that heartbeat. Spreading the energy over your body. And coming to the back of your mat, into your child's pose. Just to begin with. Allow yourself to stretch out, have a wriggle around, reach out through the fingers, connect in through the fingertips, breathe deeply. And let the arms relax, draw the belly in, let the body roll out, inhale those arms up, and hands in front of your heart space. Interlace those fingers, turn your palms up, reach up, and exhale, come back down into that child's pose. And I'll just move it back in. Breathe into it. Feel the breath into the back of your body as you breathe into your child's pose. Allow the exhale to take you a little deeper and a little closer towards the floor. Breathe. And then drawing the belly in, roll up, move yourself forward, just a gentle up dog. Nothing epic here, just find a little stretch through the body. And then exhale, move back. Walk your hands back towards your knees and press the feet into the floor, stretching out the back of the legs, rounding the back. And then dropping the knees, walking into your tabletop position and exhale, round into your cat stretch. Inhale, breathe the heart open, drawing those hands towards you, gazing towards the space between your eyebrows and moving at your own pace now as you start to energize the spine, waking up the body, finding strength in the arms and the legs, stretching out the back and the chest, allowing your breath to guide your movement and initiate the curling and the uncurling of the back. Breathe. We're going to walk our hands forward about a palm print. On your next exhale, press yourself into that down dog and stretch out into your legs. Feel free, of course, to walk the dog. Relax the head and neck, shake it out. And we're going to start to walk our way up towards the top of the mat and hang out. Check in with the legs, check in with the neck, the head, the shoulders, the arms. Breathe deeply. Let the shoulders soften and release. Draw up through the belly, press through the feet and start to ragdoll yourself up to standing. Let the arms sweep up with you. Breathe the arms upwards, exhale, bow and soften back down to the floor. Draw back up, inhale, press through, a little faster ragdoll here, inhale up. And exhale, belly draws in, controlling yourself on the way down. Inhale, press and rise one more time. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, run the hands up your shins. Pressing your shins into your fingers and your fingers into your shins, creating strength in the legs and the arms and the shoulders. And on your next exhale, release. Step your right foot back and let's come into a high lunge. Breathe into it. Draw your belly in and draw back through that left hip crease. Exhale, reach into your arrowhead pose. And inhale, high lunge. Exhale, arrowhead pose. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, bend the back knee, make your way down into a low lunge. Bring those arms up. Exhale, release the arms, interlace the fingers behind you if you can. Otherwise you can just hold your leg or reach back without clasping the hands. Let the chest open out, breathe in. You can look forward or you can look up. Keep finding space. And exhale, release. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe those sitting bones to the sky. And then step your right foot forward. You can take your knees down first if you need to. High lunge, rise up. Draw back through the right hip crease, tailbone to the floor, belly in. Back knee can be bent or you can straighten out that leg. Breathe it up, stretch out the waist here. Exhale, reach into that back leg, lengthen out your torso. Inhale, press through both feet evenly. And exhale, arrowhead pose. Inhale up, high lunge. Exhale, arrowhead pose. Inhaling up. And exhale one more time. Inhaling, coming up. And then making your way down into that low lunge. Hands come down. Bringing those arms out. Clasping the hands. Let the chest open. You can always just reach behind or reach for the leg or even just have the hand on the knee. Breathe, lots of space into the heart center. And exhale, release. Step back, downward facing dog, tread it out. Breathe your sitting bones to the sky. Draw the belly in, start to roll forward into your plank. And take your knees down, sink back, child's pose. 3 deep breaths here, just rock a little bit if that feels good. And then drawing your belly in, roll your way up. Inhale those arms, Vajrasana. Arms up and to your heart space. Interlace those fingers, turn the palms up. And exhale, come on down. Rolling through this child's pose. Tuck your toes, modified plank. Elbows move back, heart shines its light forward. And then make your way down, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Release hips, tops of feet. Shrug your shoulders back, breathe into your cobra. Elbows hot, hugging in, nice and close. Exhale, release down. Shrug the shoulders back. Breathe into that cobra. Tuck the pelvis under, tuck the toes. Feel that strength through the back of the body and lift. Downward facing dog. Right leg up to the ceiling. Extend and stretch out through the left leg. Step your right foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. Breathe into it, find that strength. Exhale, come back down. Right leg back up to the ceiling. You can always skip the dog split. You can just do down dog instead. Release. Left leg up. Breathe into it. Go ahead, step that foot through. And you can always take your knees down to do that step. Rise up, high lunge. Exhale, come down, left leg comes back up behind you, dog split. And release. Bend the knees, look to the hands, step, walk or float to the top of your mat. Hang. And then inhale, half lift. Beautiful. Exhale, press the rest of the way. Inhale up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart space. Gazing in front of you, let's find our toe balance. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. Reach up to the ball of the foot. Find your drishti, your focal point. Stay here if balance is challenging you. If it's kind of exciting, you can reach over to the side with the arms, a little swaying palm tree. And you can come back to center and sway to the other side. Breathe in. You can check the sway forward and back or just stay centered. Breathe. And then coming back to center. If you're not there already, hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yay, Vivek, finally we have you with us. Exhale, bow. Crown to the ground and hang. Sit back into your downward facing dog. Reach your tail to the sky. Breathe into it. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the belly in. Roll yourself forward into your plank. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, chest and chin to the ground. And release the body down. Shrug the shoulders back. Breathe in, cobra. Exhale, release. Shrug the shoulders back, breathe in, cobra. And exhale, release. One more time, shrug the shoulders back, breathe in, cobra. Continue to tuck the pelvis under and start to curl yourself back into your child's pose. Draw the belly in and start to roll up. Vajrasana, hands up overhead. And exhale, hands in front of your heart space. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up. Inhaling upwards, and then open up those arms, reach up and over, extending into a lovely side stretch. Inhale, coming up, and exhale over to the other side. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, twist from the belly button around. Inhaling up. Exhale, twist. And then bring the hands behind you. Open out the heart space. Release those hands. Inhale up. Exhale, coming back down. Child's pose. Roll through that child's pose. Feel the spine round. Allow yourself to move into your modified plank. Tuck the toes for strength through the legs. Draw the belly in. And make your way very slowly down towards the ground. Lots of control there. Release down. Shrug the shoulders back. Breathe in, cobra. Tuck up from there. Walk your hands back so that you're in your tabletop position. Right arm extends, the left leg extends, sunbird. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose, elbow to hip bone. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend, hold here or bend the back leg. Reach back for the foot. Kick up, expand the heart space. Stretch out the shoulders and open out that quadricep. Breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend out, sunbird, and exhale. Release. Other side, extend. And exhale, draw it in round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And bend the back leg, reach back or just stay in sunbird, that's totally fine. Breathe into it. Find your balance if you're doing the leg hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. The belly has to be strong for that one. Release. Walk those hands forward. Draw the belly in, round the back, and press up. Downward facing dog. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or float to the top of your mat and hang. Breathe into it. Let everything lengthen to the ground, feeling the warmth in your body. And then gently press through the feet, draw the belly in, use your glutes as you ragdoll upwards. Hands can rise up with you. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, open up the chest. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, bow. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, bow again. Right foot steps back. This time coming into that nice low lunge. Bring the hands up. Exhale, release. Left hand to the left knee. Right hand reaches up. Reach over towards the left side. Keeping the hips centered and squared. Lifting up and then coming over. Always looking for length through our torso. Exhale, release. Right hand to the ground, lift the back knee, reach out forward through that left arm. Breathe back into the back leg. And then sweeping your left arm back and allowing the body to lift. Shoulders in, draw those shoulder blades down and back. Your hand, that left hand can be on your hip, it can be on your knee, it doesn't have to rise up. Breathe into it, your back knee can also come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand down to the ground, sorry, left hand. Beside the left foot, turn the left foot, turn your right foot out. You could stay here. If you're feeling comfortable, reach your right arm up to the sky and open out. Reach into the back edge of your back foot. Pinky toe down to heel. Draw up through the arches of both feet. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. You can gaze up, down, or to the side. If you want, you can tuck the arm behind you. You can get a little lower and bind your pose, or just stay where you are. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that arm forward. Step back, down dog, plank, tabletop. You choose. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Knees, chest, chin to the ground. Release down. Shrug the shoulders back. Breathe in, cobra. And exhale, come down. Chuck those arms behind you. Clasp the hands. Lift chest and legs. Breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms, release the legs, and lift half plank. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Breathe into it. Lots of lovely space through the body here. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Drop your back knee. Raise up, low lunge. Find that beautiful low lunge. And release the arms. Right hand to the knee. Left hand sweeps up and reach up and over. Keeping the hips centered, belly in. Hold. Look for length through that left side of the body and also through the right side. Try not to collapse down there. Exhale. Release your hand underneath your shoulder. Lift the back knee or keep it down. Reach out through your right arm. Reach out through the fingers and reach out through the heel of that left foot. Hold. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep the right arm back. allowing it to either come to the hip or all the way up to the sky. Let the chest open, reach into your heel, find length through your torso. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes down beside the right foot. Turn your left foot out. You can totally stay here. This is fine. Or start to lift and open the body. And of course the top hand can rest on the hip at the rib cage or come to the sky. Reach into the back edge of your foot. Left foot, that is. Draw up through both arches of the feet. Spread your collarbones apart. Lengthen out through the neck. You can look down to the side or up. Hold. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle that arm back down. Step back, plank, down dog, tabletop, any of the above. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up, downward facing dog. And 3 deep breaths. Get into the yin portion. So that was the yang portion. Yang is all about heat and activity and strength and movement. It's the masculine energies within us. And we'll come down and connect to the feminine. Breathe here, shake out the head and neck, bend the knees, step, walk or float to the top of your mat. And press and rise. Hands in front of your heart space. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, out to the side. Press through the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, rise up. Find your balance. Interlace your fingers. Last toe balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down and bow. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, bow. Go ahead, step back, downward facing dog. Last roll through like a wave into your plank. Modified plank, knees, chest, chin, and flat to the floor. Shrug the shoulders back, breathe into that cobra. Elbows hugging into your body. Pelvis on the ground, lower body relaxed. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down. Tuck your toes, hands at the low ribs, roll those shoulders back, draw the belly in, modified plank, and sink down into your child's pose, bowing to the earth. Arms wherever you'd like them to be. Take 5 deep breaths here as we start to slowly make our way into the yin part of our practice. Relax your face, those eyes, the jaw. Let the breath start to settle. Breathe and soften. Here's my phone. So we'll just do 2 to 3 minute holds in our yin part because usually a yin class is 75 minutes. But we've got 30. Allow yourself to really soften into this child's pose here. Really just allow the back to spread out and open, the spine to lengthen. Melt and surrender. Feeling the exhale take you deeper into the mat. Feeling your spine lengthening on every inhale. going to, if you like, you can find a little movement here, but we're going to step our right foot forward into a runner's lunge, so a big step out to the side. In Yin, it's called dragon lunge. So making sure that, of course, the knee and the foot are off in the same direction as each other. You can have a big cushion or a bunch of cushions to rest on. And this is not about forcing a stretch, this is about surrendering into your body. So we're going to target our hip flexors, our hamstrings here. You can start out nice and high and eventually make your way down a little lower. We're going to do 2 minutes. Breathe into it. And the idea in Yin is to find the muscular softness. So if you're noticing that your glutes are trying to clench up, see if you can release it. It takes a while. It could take up to 6 months of practice for the body to understand to let go, or maybe you're very body conscious and it's very easy to start to move through the muscles and soften them. But breathe into it. You can always come down lower. Allow your body to just guide you into wherever it wants to go. There's no absolutes, you must be right here in this position. It's about finding the position that suits you, that you can sink into and surrender into for the next 2 minutes. Or 5 minutes if you're in a full Yin class. Soften down, notice the parts of the body that are starting to surrender. And bring your awareness to the sensations in your body and to the breath. We're halfway through, 1 more minute to go. Keep surrendering any effort, let go of any idea of trying to get the stretch, and allow the body to invite you in. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Keep softening as the intensity increases in the body, or if it decreases, then you can move a little deeper. We only want to find the first point of resistance in our poses. And take a deep breath in, and because these are long, slow holds, you're going to move out of your pose very, very slowly. Your body won't really let you move fast anyway. Just move very slowly, like you've aged about 80 years. From the age you are now, so, you know, just 80. Bring those legs in. Give yourself a nice little rock out through the hips. If you like, you can always press into a down dog to stretch that out. And then when you're ready, we're going to step the left foot forward into that big lizard lunge, stepping as wide as you feel comfortable, letting the leg come out to the side or keeping it forward in front of you. It's whatever feels good for your lunge. You can have props underneath your hips if you want them. And just finding the first point of stretch in your body. That's all we look for, that first bit of resistance, and we stay there. And as you breathe, you'll notice that that line will shift and you can go to the next point of resistance. So start to surrender down. You can always use the first 30 seconds to wriggle around a bit until you feel comfortable putting blankets under knees or cushions under hips or resting your forearms onto props. Just allow yourself to be guided with your body, with your breath. Think about that in-breath rising, think about the in-breath sliding down the back of the body and the exhale rising up through the front of the body and coming out. We're halfway through already. Notice how the intensity may increase as your body softens down because you're consciously relaxing that muscular tension. Breathe deeply. Deep breath in, and as you exhale very slowly, make your way out of this pose. Really, really slowly, just observing the body and how it wants you to move, how it wants you to exit. Breathe. You can find some movement. You can do a little down dog if you like. We're going to come into a wide-legged twist. So toes towards each other, knees out to the side. And again, they don't have to be super wide to start off with. You can widen them as we go. You could choose just to go straight forward. Okay, I'll give you some choices, just depending on how your body's feeling. You could stay here for 4 minutes, or you could move to the side for 2 minutes and to the other side for 2. Or if you want to come into that twist, we're going to thread the right arm through and either allow the left arm to rest anywhere we like, really, by your face, over or tucked behind into your thigh. Just find what feels good. So you've got options. You could have the thread, or you could just rest to the side, getting a side body stretch, or just rest down the center. So once you decide where it is you want to be, then you can allow the body to surrender. Let the weight of the body take you down, let gravity do the work here. If the inner thighs feel like there's too much going on, bring the knees in a bit. If they don't feel like there's enough, widen them out. You can always rest your head onto a cushion. Let the body breathe you, breathing out the tension. And there's a nice little Yin Mantra for the breath. You can just silently say to yourself, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. This keeps the mind centered and settled. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. It's a variation of Buddha's teachings of his early meditation practices. Try to soften any muscular tension that might be trying to creep into those legs, especially through the inner thighs, the buttocks, the ankles. As the body starts to try and bring in that tension to hold you up when it feels challenged, but we're almost there. Alright, deep breath in, rise up, and you get a little moment just to release your shoulders, and then you get to go either threading through to the other side or walking to the other side, or you can go a little wider and come back through center depending on what you've chosen. So 2 minutes beginning now. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Observe your breath, observe your thoughts, observe the sensations in your body. Halfway there. Keep relaxing any muscular effort that's creeping in here. Breathe, surrender, soften. Taking a deep breath in, gently bringing yourself up, gently and slowly bringing those legs back in. Now you can come into a little child's pose just for a moment, little counter pose. Bringing the knees together, allowing the hip flexors to soften and relax again. Inhale, coming up, we're going to go into, it's called swan or sleeping swan in Yin, but it's pigeon. There are options. If pigeon's no good for your knees, then you can do deer pose, which we have done in our other asana, which is having the right angles of the legs, shin out in front of you, knee pointing straight in front, and likewise with the back of the legs. So you could totally do deer pose, or come into pigeon, or just roll onto your back and thread the needle. So setting yourself up nicely first, propping yourself up anywhere you need to, making sure the back leg's nice and straight to begin with, because we want to be able to surrender again without feeling like we're getting drawn anywhere weird. Making sure your knee feels comfortable in whichever position you've chosen. Inhale, find length. And then you can begin to slowly surrender. And we're here for 2 minutes, so you've got time. You've got time, you can stay up, you can come to forearms, you can recline completely. And again, it's all about the breath. Observe the breath. Let the body soften. Breathe the breath into the areas that are feeling tight and challenged. Relax any tightness that might be trying to creep into the knee area, or the hips or the thighs. Start much higher if going straight into it is too intense. Remember, first point of resistance, that's all. There's no force. We're not trying to force a stretch here. We're allowing the body to invite us in. We're halfway there already. Remember that breath, sliding down the back as you breathe in, releasing up the front as you breathe out. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And then taking that deep breath in, rising up. Exhaling very slowly, to exit however you want to. You can press into a down dog, or you can just roll out and find a little movement. And especially that knee that was underneath you, definitely give that a little walk out, so we get the movement of the synovial fluid through that joint. See how you feel. When you're ready, you can move into the other side. You can stretch first, do all the things that feel good, and then finding either deer pose, thread the needle, or sleeping swan on the other side. So sleeping swan is reclined pigeon. Once you get into the position you're happy with, take a deep breath in for length. And then see how far the exhale wants you to go into your pose. Slowly, slowly, gently, gently. Breathe. Yes, if you don't have a block, you can have a cushion, a blanket, anything. So with Yin, it's all about giving ourselves as much support as we need. So you can prop your body up as much as you like, so that you get to surrender into it. Allow your hips to soften. That's really what this one's all about. It's about our target areas, and when we come into our pigeon pose, our sleeping swan, we're targeting the glutes, obviously, and the leg, the hip flexors. And our Yin also works our meridians. So the glute gets a stretch there, and it's also where the, let me get this one right, the kidney meridian runs through from the outer leg, around the outer hip area, and up to the torso. So the more props you have all stacked in around you, the more you are able to actually fully surrender into the pose. If you feel like you're straining, then you need to come up, find some more props, prop yourself up, and then see if you can surrender a little deeper. It is a challenging practice. It's not a restorative pose. There's definitely challenge. You definitely want to find the balance between going too far and not going far enough. That's why we look for that, just that little first edge, little first point of resistance. And obviously, we're only doing 2 minutes, so you can see how great this practice is if you stay here even longer, 5 minutes or more. Taking a deep breath in, and gently releasing out. And the time always flies by when we're in our Yin poses. Very slowly coming out. Extending out those legs. Giving yourself some movement. And maybe doing a nice old down dog to stretch it all out. And I was hoping we'd be able to squeeze in a couple more poses, but time is not our friend. But if you're happy to go over a little bit, and then I'll put in another pose for you. A little bit longer. Excellent. Alright, so let's come down onto our belly, and we're going to start with a Sphinx pose. Now, if you do have blocks or things, have them nearby. You might want a couple. Coming into your Sphinx pose, belly to the ground, elbows, shoulder width apart, and just a smidge in front of those shoulders, so like an inch in front, so that you can really feel your belly from the rib cage down, really moving into the ground here. You can choose to have a little muscular effort and lift yourself out of the pose, or you can sink into it. Take a deep breath in, wherever you want to go. And then exhale, allow the lower back to soften. You could have something to rest your head on. And as you soften, if you feel like there's too much intensity in the lower back, you can hug the outer hips in slightly. So with Yin, when we come into back bends, you can totally bring a little bit of muscular effort into it.
Otherwise, we always try and surrender out. But if you're comfortable, then surrender the buttocks that are trying to clench, surrender the legs that are trying to clench. I find this the hardest one to find that surrender in, especially when you're first starting your yin practice. The buttocks will want to clench. And breathe into it. Allow your organs to drop into the floor. And this is another great one to visualize the breath sliding down the back as you breathe in, coming up the front as you breathe out. You can totally let the head drop if that's comfortable, or you can move the head a little bit if you prefer to have some movement through the neck. If you're comfortable coming higher, if you've got more of a flexy back, you can rise up to what we call a seal pose. So the hands can come out like seal flippers. They don't have to. It's whatever feels comfortable. Of course, the further forward those arms are, the less intense it's going to be in the back. The closer they are, the deeper that stretch. Breathe into it. And again, you can just kind of hang off your frame, or you can lift the neck away from the shoulders. Just find what feels good. And of course you can hug the outer hips in every once in a while just to release any strain. Breathe deeply. Couple more deep breaths here. And as you exhale, allow yourself to soften down, and we're just going to rest for a couple of breaths on our belly. Arms wherever you like, they can be under your head. And just feel the sensations in the back. There might be some quite intense sensations. That is okay. That is generally what we find in our practice. Breathe into it. Try to resist the urge to move around and wriggle. Just allow that movement through your body. Feel that prana, that energy. Try and soften the hips as you lie on the floor. You could stay here, or if you think it'll feel better for you, moving very, very slowly back into a child's pose with the knees closer together. Just for a nice little counter pose to that back bend. And we're going to rest for another minute. Then we'll do some twists and then we'll be done. So either resting on your belly or hanging out in your child's pose. Feeling the breath moving through your body. Taking a deep breath in. I'm going to put my jersey on. Coming up very slowly and making your way onto your back. We're going to finish with a couple of twists and then Shavasana. Make sure you are warm. Grab your blankets. And then onto your back. And as usual, there's always twist variation. So of course the easiest twist you can do, and you can have your cushions or your props for your knee. The easiest twist is to have the knees stacked, shift the hips over, and then drop the knees either to the ground or to a block. Arms can be wherever you like. We want the shoulders to come down to the ground. The deepest twist, of course, is our twisted roots one in Yin. You can shift your hips over to the right side, right leg comes over the left, and then knees come down to the left as well. Again, you can take them to a block or all the way to the ground. Maybe to a block first and then to the ground halfway through as the intensity shifts in the body. So finding the twist that feels good for you. And we're going to do 2 minutes on each side. Breathe into it. Surrender into your twist. Halfway through the side. Feel the breath spiraling through that spine, through your shoulders, surrendering into the ground. Vanessa, stay there a little longer so that you get an even amount of time on both sides. The rest of you gently move out of that twist and then start to shuffle your way into the twist on the other side. Just finding the twist that works for you on the other side. It doesn't even have to be the exact same one you did because our body is so different on both sides. So coming down into that twist and you get 2 minutes on this other side. When you're ready, just finding your way down, wriggling into it, surrendering. And Vanessa coming into the other side now. Breathing deeply. Surrendering completely. then taking a deep breath in, gently moving your way out from there and into Shavasana. So finding a Shavasana that is super comfortable. Grab those blankets, make sure you're warm and cozy, maybe chucking a pillow or cushion underneath each knee, or a little cushion or pillow underneath your head. Make yourself cozy, comfy, and then take a deep breath in. Exhale, surrendering completely. No more effort required, no more focus, just complete and total surrender. And I have a couple of poems from Dana Folds for you to contemplate as you soften into your Shavasana. Do yoga with no goal but to be in the moment. This breath, this stretch, this wave of emotion rolling in. Watch it crest and break, then dissipate. Hold the body like a lover in a close embrace, listening with intimacy, touching with tenderness. Yoga is a threshold into mystery. Each pose an open doorway and an invitation to unfold. Sensations rise and fall, and through it all, the deathless center radiates the simple truth of union. And this one's called Breathe. Breathe, the mindful breath. The rhythm out and in. The waves that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full then empty, ebb and flow. Breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort, but to breathe and listen. Start to bring your awareness back to your body, wherever it's wandered off to. Draw it back to your fingers and your toes, your breath and your heartbeat. Deepening and lengthening that breath. Stretching or just curling up and resting on your side for a few more moments before making your way to a comfortable seat. There's no rush. Take your time, when you're ready, you can slowly draw those hands together in front of your heart space. And sit here feeling into that connection between the palms and the fingers and your heartbeat. Noticing how your body feels. Relaxing into this seat once more, connecting back to your intention from the beginning of our practice. And if you didn't get a chance to set an intention, now is a perfect time to set one for the rest of your day and maybe even your whole weekend. Take another few moments to fill your thoughts with gratitude and love and appreciation for this wonderful life you have. The challenges and the triumphs. And the people and the adventures. And we will chant the Shanti Mantra together to bring peace to ourselves, peace to our families and our friends, and peace to the world. Taking a deep breath in. Om Shanti. Excuse me. Shanti. Shanti. Bowing your head slightly, sending thoughts of love and gratitude to your body, to your mind, and to your spirit. And sending those thoughts out to the rest of the world. Keeping your eyes closed and rubbing your hands together. And either placing your palms across your heart or over your eyes. Feeling into your heartbeat or gazing into that dark space. And spreading that energy all over your body. Namaste.